Okay, let's focus on the event that the world's talking about. Sunita Williams now a step closer to finally coming back home, to returning to Earth, stranded in space for over 9 months now. Her Garvapsi from the International Space Station is scheduled for Wednesday morning. Indian time, it'll be at 3:30 a.m. and the world's got their fingers crossed that everything goes off smoothly.
It was all claps and cheers as the hatch of the SpaceX Dragon spacecraft opened, and the members of Crew 10 entered the International Space Station. There were hugs galore as Crew 10 astronauts met Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore. The NASA crew swap mission will allow Williams and Wilmore to return home after 9 unplanned months on the orbiting lab. The Crew 10 mission is a long-awaited first step to bring both back to Earth, part of a plan set by NASA last year that has been given greater urgency by US President Donald Trump since he took office in January.
We're coming back before long, so, don't make all those plans without me. We'll be back before too long.
I can tell you at the outset, all of us have the utmost respect for Mr. Musk, and obviously respect and admiration for our President of the United States, Donald Trump. We appreciate them. We appreciate all that they do for us, for human spaceflight, for our nation. And we're thankful that they are in the positions they're in.
On June 5th, Boeing Starliner carried its first 2 astronauts into space, a crucial test before the capsule could receive NASA approval for routine flights. But what was supposed to be an 8-day mission docked to the ISS has been drawn out by months after the capsule sprang leaks and some of its thrusters failed.
And Houston, thank you for tuning in this early morning. It was a wonderful day. Great to see our friends arrive. So thank you so much.
Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore are scheduled to depart the ISS on Wednesday morning. Here's wishing them a safe flight back. Bureau Report, India Today.
So obviously being in space for over 9 months has affected Sunita's health. But as you've seen there, her spirits stay resilient. But why really has Sunita and her crew been stranded since they left Earth many months ago? We tell you what exactly were the complications that arose in this mission.
She is waiting to return after 9 long months in space. She has lost weight, but not her spirits. It has been a long wait and uncertainty for her family and friends.
It brings to mind family and all the people on the ground who support us. So, it's been a roller coaster for them, probably a little bit more so than for us. We're here, we have a mission, we're just doing what we do every day, and every day is interesting because we're up in space and it's a lot of fun. So I think the hardest part is having the folks on the ground have to not know exactly when we're coming back. Know, of course, that we are coming back with Crew 9, but all of that uncertainty, I think, is probably the most difficult part, and it takes a little time just to have that conversation with them on a daily basis and say, hey, we're coming back before long, so don't make all those plans without me. We'll be back before too long.
Barry, Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams blasted off on a test mission to the International Space Station on 5th June 2024.
And liftoff of Starliner and Atlas V, carrying 2 American heroes.
They were expecting to be back home in a matter of days, a week to be specific, but things did not quite go to plan. 58-year-old Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore flew a Boeing Starliner spacecraft to the International Space Station. It was the first flight of its kind with people on board and was a test designed to see how the new spacecraft performs before it is used more regularly.
Let's go forward into Starliner, where there was a little bit of action the other day. So I'm going to lead you down through the PMA 2 into Starliner. All right, going in through the IDA, the docking adapter, and then into the spacecraft. Here we are. Looks like a lot of bags because there's a lot of packing, and also this big orange thing, which is our ventilation that we get from the space station while we are docked to the space station.
Problems, however, emerged as it made its approach to the station. 5 of Starliner's 28 maneuvering thrusters went dead during its 24-hour trek to the International Space Station. A propellant valve failed to properly close, and there were 5 leaks of helium, which is used to pressurize the thrusters. So while they made it to the space station safely, they were not able to get home as planned. Within days, a cargo spacecraft reached the International Space Station to deliver food, fuel and other supplies for the crew. And then, on 24th August, NASA announced that Williams and Wilmore would not return to Earth until early 2025.
NASA has decided that Butch and Sonny will return with Crew 9 next February, and that Starliner will return uncrewed.
Sunita and Butch reassured everyone from the space that they will continue safely and wait patiently.
Obviously, when you have an issues like we've had, there's some changes that need to be made. Boeing's on board with that. We're all on board with that. And I can tell you, when you push the edge of the envelope again and you do things with spacecraft that have never been done before, just like Starliner, you're going to find some things. And in this case, we found some things that we just could not get comfortable with putting us back in the Starliner when we had other options.
Sunita Williams conducted numerous experiments and spent 900 hours in scientific research at the International Space Station, and festivals came and went as months passed by.
Greetings from the International Space Station. Our crew up here just wanted to say Happy Thanksgiving to all our friends and family who are down on Earth and everyone who is supporting us.
The summer, the autumn went by, and soon it was winter and time to turn the page to a new year. And they prepared to celebrate in up there in the space station, stranded and waiting to return.
Welcome to the International Space Station as we get ready for the Christmas holidays. It's a great time of year up here. We get to spend it with all of our family up on the International Space Station. There's 7 of us up here, and so we're going to get to enjoy company together.
And of course, Christmas is Christ. Hallelujah. A Savior is born.
So from all of us to all of you, Merry Christmas.
In the new year, they ventured out for a spacewalk. And on the Earth, President of the United States changed, and Donald Trump wanted them back at the earliest. A deadline was set, and SpaceX and Tesla owner Trump Card of the new administration took it up himself to bring the 2 stranded astronauts back home. Sunita Williams handed over command of the International Space Station to Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexei Ovchinin on 7th March.
I wish you good luck, nominal descent, soft landing, and all the best. Don't worry, you are leaving station in good hands. We will miss you.
Okay, thank you for everybody for joining us, and we have cake to celebrate the situation. We are ready. We are always ready.
Bureau Report, India Today.
So while we're all hoping, of course, for a safe return, safe touchdown for Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore, it won't be easy because even post that, they're likely to experience severe physical and psychological challenges because they have to readjust to Earth's gravity after such a long, extended stay in space. So we'll get you in our next report all the details of the kind of health challenges that Sunita and Butch face because they've spent over 9 months in space. We're talking about their bone density being affected and also the fact that they've aged very differently in just 9 months.
Go for meeting one. And we all know that
a 10-day space odyssey that ended up lasting almost 10 months. But it will not be a normal homecoming. Williams and Wilmore will face difficulties to adapt to Earth's gravity. The two may experience baby feet after extended space travel, which means they will lose the thick part of their skin as weightlessness causes foot calluses to diminish. They may experience dizziness, vertigo, and difficulty walking for the first few days. Even though astronauts exercise in space, muscles, especially in the legs and back, weaken due to reduced use. Prolonged weightlessness leads to bone density loss, increasing the risk of fractures. In space, fluids shift upwards and the heart does not have to work as hard to pump blood. They will require a period of cardiovascular recovery. They might experience spatial disorientation as the brain readjusts to the constant downward pull of gravity. To counter these effects, NASA and other space agencies have extensive rehabilitation programs involving physical therapy, medical monitoring, and gradual reconditioning. After coming back from space, Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore will take weeks to acclimatize. Bureau Report, India Today.
So what has Sunita been up to in space for the last 9 months, especially since her mission got extended by so much longer than what was expected to be? She's been taking part in groundbreaking experiments, record-breaking spacewalks. Her journey aboard the ISS, the International Space Station, has no doubt left an indelible mark on the future of space exploration.
What would you do if you were stranded in space for almost 300 days? Imagine floating 400 kilometers above Earth, facing challenges you never thought possible. For Indian origin NASA astronaut Sunita Williams, this scenario became a reality. But what exactly has Sunita done in space during this extended time? From growing lettuce in space to conducting groundbreaking experiments, Williams has been busy. As part of NASA's plant growth research, she helped study how plants thrive in space, focusing on how varying conditions impact plant growth. Williams also made history by breaking spacewalking records, spending over 62 hours outside the International Space Station. She also helped set up the packed bed reactor experiment, studying how to improve water recovery and heat management in space. The advancements could be crucial for long-term missions to the Moon, Mars and beyond. While it is a far cry from the space adventure we imagine, with over 900 hours of research and numerous record-breaking achievements, Williams' time in space has made history. Sunita Williams has not just survived in space, she has led vital research that will shape the future of space travel. Bureau Report, India Today.
And our next report details out for you the timeline of the entire mission. Remember, it was originally launched in June 2024, and their mission, Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore's mission aboard Boeing Starliner spacecraft, was meant to last for 8 days. Instead, it went on to 9 months. Here's our next report.
Stuck in space for months after they returned to Earth hit by space shuttle snags, Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore are finally earthbound. What was meant to be a short space mission turned into a near 10-month ordeal in space. The SpaceX Dragon spacecraft to bring them back will launch aboard Falcon 9 rocket from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida on Thursday. Launched on June 5th, 2024, aboard Boeing Starliner spacecraft, Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore were supposed to stay in space for just 8 days. But an isolated leak forced NASA to extend their stay at the International Space Station. The snag in August 2024 had forced NASA to delay the return till early 2025.
Nighttime. Greetings from the International Space Station.
Sunita and Wilmore made the most of their extended stay. They celebrated Thanksgiving and Christmas in space, with NASA releasing festive images of the duo aboard the ISS. However, those images also sparked concerns Williams' health after spending months in zero gravity. In January 2025, Williams connected with students at her former high school, sharing experience about life in space.
I'm trying to perfect my gymnastics, of course. I think I'm getting pretty good at it. I can even still talk while I'm doing some of them, which is pretty fun. So for fun, that's pretty cool.
In front of the International Space Station, where our space...
Sunita's space ordeal sparked a furious attack from Donald Trump and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk on then-President Joe Biden.
Welcome.
Trump even had a pep talk for Butch Moore and the woman with the wild hair.
We love you and we're coming up to get you, and you shouldn't have been up there so long. They've been left up there, think of it. And I see the woman with the wild hair, a good solid head of hair she's got. There's no kidding, there's no games with her hair, but, and you know, there's a danger up there too.
Good afternoon and welcome to NASA's Kennedy Space.
NASA has confirmed that Sunita and Wilmore will touch down between 14th and 15th of this month. Bureau Report, India Today.
Yeah, very happy.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, we are thrilled as well.
So Sunita Williams has always been someone who's made headlines in India. She's remained deeply connected to her Indian roots, even while journeying through the vastness of space. Here's all that you need to know in our next report about the veteran NASA astronaut's life and her remarkable journey to space.
The Indian origin veteran NASA astronaut Sunita Williams has left an indelible mark on the world of space exploration. Born on September 19, 1965 in Euclid, Ohio to Dr. Deepak and Boni Pandya, Sunita considers Needham, Massachusetts to be her hometown. Sunita completed her bachelor's in physical science from the U.S. Naval Academy in 1987. She then did her master's in engineering management from the Florida Institute of Technology in 1995. Williams received a commission as an ensign in the United States Navy from the Naval Academy in May 1987. She was designated a naval aviator in July 1989. Selected as an astronaut by NASA in June 1998, she reported for training in August 1998. Williams has spent a total of 322 days in space over the course of her 2 missions. With 50 hours and 40 minutes, she is second on the list of total cumulative spacewalk time by a female astronaut. Sunita Williams has dominated headlines after she found herself stranded in space due to technical issues with a Boeing Starliner. Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore launched aboard Boeing Starliner spacecraft on June 5, 2024 for its first crewed flight, arriving at the space station on June 6, 2024. Throughout her career, Sunita has emerged as a prominent figure in space science, demonstrating resilience, dedication and expertise during her extended missions aboard the ISS. Reports suggest Sunita Williams' estimated annual salary is around 1.26 crore rupees per year. Sunita and her husband Michael enjoy hanging out with their dogs, working out, working on houses, working on cars, working on airplanes, hiking and camping. Bureau Report, India Today.
And Wednesday morning, Indian Standard Time, 3:30 a.m. is when Sunita Williams is expected to come back home to return to Earth. And we'll be getting you all of those updates.